Hello, my microphone's on. You can hear me. Hello, my name's Larry Hussey. My brands are Drug Force and Xerox Animated Cooking Show, and I'm hoping that both of those web series will be picked up as television cartoons. If you own an animation studio or would like to pay for an animation studio to make Drug Force or Xerox Animated Cooking Show, that is why I am also doing consumer news to build my personal brand so that I can do lots of things under my personal brand. And so yesterday, I did not plan to go to any K pop stores yesterday because I've never been to a K pop store outside of Korea. I have been to a K pop store in Korea, but I haven't been to a K pop store outside of Korea. But I went to two of them yesterday. The first one was in Alderwood Mall, and I think it's called K pop store. And the funny story I have about that is um, the person there welcomed me very nicely, of course. And after I looked around, I went to her and I said, "So, what is the organization of the store here?" And she said, "Well, what do you like?" Which is a very valid question for a store employee to ask. And I said, "Girl groups." That's when it became funny. Sorry, excuse me. That's when it became funny because girl groups are over there. Oh, good. Girl groups are one vertical shelf in the corner of this K-pop store. That I think this is fun. This reminds me of asking for a men's section at Bath and Body Works that used to have a men's section. It was one shelf of men's products, and I didn't have it. And so this K-pop store we go over, there's one vertical shelf of girl group K-pop, and it has the latest. It has a lot of the latest with Seraphim CD. I don't have a CD player, so I can't buy CDs. I don't have a CD player because I live in a hotel. So that's not my. I mean, obviously I could own one, but and then I go, well, is any of this brand new? Are any of these groups new? I mean, I know the CDs are new, but are any of these groups new? I said, yes, Heart to Heart is new group. So I'm letting you know from K-pop store in Alderwood Mall, Lynnwood, Washington, that one of the newest K-pop groups to have a CD. So I'm letting you know. And so that's one thing. But I thought it was just funny because there was one shelf of girl groups, and you know how many shelves of boy bands there were? I don't know because they just went on and on like the Matrix on down the store. One shelf for girl groups, seemingly infinite shelves for the boy bands. So, my call to action today is if you like girl groups, like I like girl groups, you and I need to support them because they only get one shelf, and the boy groups get like five, six, seven shelves all over, all over the all over the store. So, and then I said, well, I enjoy t-shirts, and she said, oh, we were standing. We were literally standing in front of a t-shirt shelf with t-shirts in them, and she said, oh no, I don't have any girl group t-shirts. I mean, I have an Itsy t-shirt now, and I used to have two Itsy t-shirts. I donated one of them, and though, and so I just thought it was funny that girl groups only get one shelf, boy bands get like five, six shelves, and they get the whole store. They get T-shirts. There's T-shirts of every member of BTS, T-shirts and bags with BTS on them. Girl groups, one shelf of CDs. That's it. And she said, well, I do have one item from a girl group, and it was Baby Monster, which is a J group. But that's okay. Baby Monster's fine. But that's a J group, not a K group. So that was funny. Baby Monster? No, I'm not gonna wear a Baby Monster hoodie. Sorry. But anyway, I enjoyed it. She was wonderful. She was happy. I said thank you, and she said great. And she told me that La Seraphim is coming to Seattle. I didn't know that. La Seraphim's coming to Seattle. Oh yeah, she said that, so it must be true, right? Yeah, La Seraphim's coming to Seattle is what she said. So they must be coming to the U.S. basically. They're the ones who have Anti-Fragile, the song Anti-Fragile. That's the song I like. Anyway, so that was fun. And then she also told me about K-Pop Emporium, which used to be in Everett, Washington Mall, but Everett Mall is doing a remodel, and they've kicked out some of their clients. And I've seen that before at the Factoria Bellevue Mall. At the Victoria Bellevue Washington Mall, they kicked out that candy store. They kicked out all sorts of different stores that made it homey and made it kind of cute. Those little tiny, candy store. They kicked out. Oh, I'm sorry. They kicked out the English. They kicked out the English Tea Time store, the English Tea Time restaurant where you can have English tea time. They kicked them out. They kicked out the candy store, kicked them out. All the little stores that were like actually locally owned by just somebody or mom and pop or just somebody local, and they made it really cool and they made it really fun to visit every day or whatever if you wanted to. Those were out. That was what happened to Factoria Mall. You know what Factoria Mall is now? They are the mall that has both a Target and a Walmart. So I'm sure they're making lots of money as a landlord, but they're not serving the community very well. Having both a Target and a Walmart? Okay. I enjoy saving money too, obviously. I'm a bargain hunter. I enjoy saving money. But if the only thing your mall has is... and also they kicked out the Italian restaurant they had that is now here in Bothell. So now I am here in Bothell, and there's an Italian restaurant here that was also kicked out of Factoria neighborhood and now is here, and I'm here too, and I get to walk by them. I remember when they roasted coffee in Factoria, and every Tuesday or Wednesday, Factoria smelled like roasted coffee, and it was wonderful. So I remember them. So I walked by them recently, and I thought, I remember them. They had to relocate from Factoria, Washington. So anyway, K-Pop Emporium was forced out of Everett Mall that way, and now they are in a mall right across the street from Lynnwood Transit Center. And I went there, and they have a wonderful big area. They have a big area where they're going to do listening parties. Their next listening party that I noticed. Now, this is this is my interpretation of their calendar, okay? July 13th is a twice listening party, okay? Twice the girl group, okay? They also have boy group events that, whatever, I didn't notice. But in terms of girl groups, they have a twice listening party, July 13th, K-Pop Emporium right across from the Lynnwood Transit Center, close to the McDonald's there. And K-Pop Store told me about K-Pop Emporium having to be moved. And so thank you to K-Pop Store in Alderwood Mall again. Okay? In Alderwood Mall. As a bonus, I also went to Daiso, which is the Japanese dollar store. Everyone calls it the Japanese dollar store. And one bargain I particularly noticed is they had a lot of umbrellas for $6. And they have children's umbrellas that are made of clear plastic. And they also have a grown-up umbrellas that are made of white fabric material. They don't have any made of black fabric material, which is the most traditional umbrella. But they had white material, and then they had black handles and white handles for $6, which is less than half that I've seen anywhere else. Umbrellas anywhere else, get out of town, $13. Okay, your 10-minute break is now over. Have a good day.